What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk to you about SoFi. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what really moved it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi went down 6.22% today, 1344 the low, 1491 the high. So overall, a pretty crappy day. Pre-market, it actually did look fairly optimistic though, alongside much of the greater market, and that's because of what was announced over the weekend, the whole US crypto reserve. But there was this kind of pullback right here that was attributed to this. So the manufacturing data coming in at 50.3, forecast was 51. So breaking the trend, the good trend that happened over the last 4 reports. But nonetheless, though, it is still above 50, which shows more of an expansion still occurring in the broader market. But nonetheless, this isn't what the market was really looking for. Right before Tariff Tuesday. It kind of just runs off the tip of your tongue like that. But a lot of people are just saying, yeah, Tariff Tuesday is going to bring down the market. And a lot of that actually was starting to be brought up after this manufacturing data, and that just escalated the massive downtrend throughout the day. So a lot of fears associated to that, in conjunction with a lot of forecasts for this. So the Atlanta Fed now forecasts negative US GDP growth for Q1 2025 at negative 2.8%. So again, that isn't good. Trump already did announce that there's going to be a lot more pain before things get better, but this isn't what the market wants. The market is used to euphoria, especially over the last year and a bit. And honestly, seeing this, that spooked a lot of people. I believe also a lot of big names as well. JPM just came out, said that they forecast between 1 to 1.2% inflation growth because of, or increase, I guess, because of the tariffs. So tariffs are kicking in tomorrow with Canada and Mexico, so not the best type of scenario. So that is what caused all this fear. And most likely, in my opinion, this is just going to be more of a short-lived pullback, but then again, I could be wrong. This could really escalate into something greater than that, but let me know your general thoughts on that. SoFi did actually put out news this morning, and it actually, like, to be fully honest, it was good. SoFi closes 697.6 million securitization of loan platform business volume. So in general, that reduces risks and adds more liquidity. So I think this is a very good thing for SoFi, shows that its loans are valuable. And it just is very unfortunate that this news did come out on this very crappy day. So again, it is what it is. Can't win them all, unfortunately. But as far as shorts, they did return 278,000 shares, which again, if you kind of analyze this information, it does signal that maybe today's pullback was unjustified. That's one way to see it, of course, but 12.42% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 133.85 million shares overall are being shorted. Very interesting to note, though, is the cost to borrow minimum is 0.54%. That is the highest it has been in pretty much one full year. So whoever was trying to incentivize some shorting through paying people, that has completely ceased whatsoever. So definitely interesting to kind of analyze this type of information. Aside from that, looking at options, 15 million in calls, 6.14 in puts, 47% of all the options being done are bearish in nature, and mostly was done in the second half of the trading day. So based on that information, there's a little bit more downside possibly. Again, you can kind of options activity is just merely a sentiment as well, though it doesn't actually move the stock price up until of course expiry date and stuff like that. But looking here at the total premiums today, there was 21.5 million in total premiums, 16.5 on Friday, 16.4 the day before, so a little bit higher in volume, which in general is kind of a good thing. Moving over here though, looking at the options that were done, so the call options, there's a consensus for it to be roughly around that 1550 for the most part, possibly even 16. So a good amount of recovery is anticipated this week. And then the bears are anticipating for it to be sub roughly 13 to 1350. So it's kind of, I think it went down even more than what they were anticipating for the week. So once again, you kind of have 2 data points showing that today is more of an overreaction, but what do I know? As far as this, institutional transactions on the secondary market, very low. We haven't seen it this low in a good, I don't know, pre Q3 earnings, I'd say 2024. So a very long time since we've seen this. So before it kind of got that Trump push higher in like October-ish or whenever it was. So yeah, definitely we haven't seen this little of transactions in a very long time. These are all the transactions that did occur on the dark pool though. So this one's rather a little bit more active. So this is where the majority of the volume for today did come from. So 8.28 million, 1.3, but the downside of this, as I've kind of expressed in the past, is that you can't tell what is buys and sells because you don't see the bid or the ask, you only see the transaction price. So you can kind of correlate what was happening before and after kind of the transactions in question. So a lot of these do signal, to me at least, they are buys. So 8.28 million and then that 1.38 are buys. Aside from that, just a hell of a lot of transactions. So more than probably around 400 today on the secondary market. So pretty big stuff for that. With it closing at 1357, closed right below this S1. So 1359 is going to be that key point. You really want to watch for it to get above tomorrow early on. And then flip side, 1272 is going to be the next strong support. So based on the Elliott wave technicals, as I've shared with you, it was really forecasting for it to kind of hit between that $12.50 and $13 range. So it is kind of coming to fruition, possibly. Once again, we'll just have to wait and see what comes from the market tomorrow. But as of today, it did break below that very strong support that's been holding it up, and that was the 100-day moving average. So this red line right here really pounced off of it over the last several trading days, but today was the dagger that really brought it down. Stochastic RSI is considered very oversold, so if there's a good piece of news or something along those lines, then you could see a little bit more of a value rally. But as far as the only thing coming out this week that could maybe save the broader market from all of this hell is on Friday, and that would be either Powell or unemployment. Both of those could be that catalyst, but up until then, I think it is just going to be a little bit more additional pain. But again, as I kind of shared with you, what do I know? Based on a lot of the data points, it does signal that it's an overreaction, but sometimes the market just does what it wants. So if you believe in a lot of these stocks, then take advantage, buy the dip, do what you need to do. But yeah, definitely a lot of blood in the market. It was kind of comical though, of all the stocks out there, Celsius, which is very, very volatile, for the most part, it was outperforming the broader market. So it's kind of crazy. A nice little middle finger to the broader market right there. But let me know your thoughts on SoFi. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Give yourself a shout out. Did you buy today? Did you sell? Did you dabble with options? What's your kind of general thoughts on that? One final thing, pop over to my Discord, completely free. A lot of good people. Link in the description below and also the comments. Go talk on options, crypto, stocks, everything that floats your boat. Definitely go there and talk. And there's a lot of good people there. So with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.